Hey guys, it's Chris at Highline Guitars, and you're watching another one of my YouTube guitar building videos. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I hope that by the end of this video, I'll have earned the honor and privilege of your subscription. In today's video, I'm going to do a book review. I've done a book review in the past. I don't do them very often, but the reality is when it comes to guitars and building guitars, there's a lot of books on the subject. And I have over the years collected a lot of books on the topic of guitars, not just how to play guitars, but just about guitars in general, as well as books on how to make them. And this is just kind of a small collection of some of the books that I have that I've collected over the years. I've got a bookshelf over here that's got a lot more guitar building books in them. But about a little over a year ago, I purchased a book off the Metallica website. And the book was called, let me get it out here, Messengers. And I did a review on this book. And this is a book that talks all about the different guitars that James Hetfield has played and owned over the years. Well, a new book has just come out. And it's also being sold on the Metallica website. And this is a book that is devoted to all the guitars played by Kirk Hammett. It's called The Collection. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to review this book in this video. So let's dive in and check it out. It's a box with some packing, and then another box, and a box within a box. It's heavy. Ooh, The Collection. In the interest of transparency, I want to make it clear I purchased this book with my own money. Neither Kirk Hammett, the band Metallica, nor Gibson sent me a copy. I purchased this myself, so my review is about as unbiased as you can get. And I don't think Kirk or Metallica or Gibson even know I'm making this review. So with that said, let me give you a quick rundown of what you can expect if you purchase this book. The book is 9 3/4 inches wide, 13 3/4 inches tall, and 1 3/4 inches thick. It weighs 7 pounds and is printed on 408 pages of a very nice quality coated satin sheen paper stock. The photography from Ross Halfin is absolutely impeccable. Every single photograph is printed with sharp, crisp clarity and is absolutely gorgeous as presented in the book. Hey guys, if you're enjoying this video, I would encourage you to click the thumbs up button down below. Do it right now. It's a great way to show my channel support, and it doesn't cost you anything. But if you'd like to take your support to the next level, you can visit my eGuitar Plans web store or my Highline Guitars merch store. There's links in the description below. And any purchase you make there is going to help support this channel so that I can keep making guitar building videos and sharing my knowledge and experience with you. You can also click the thanks button down below and leave a tip in the amount that you think is fair. But if you want to get the most out of my channel, I would encourage you to click the join button down below and consider becoming a member. As a member, you're going to have access to videos just like the one you're watching, but with a lot more information and detail, and best of all, no ads. Now let's get back to the video. The binding is of very high quality, and I would describe this as a photo book, although there is a fair amount of text describing the guitars. Now, what Kurt has done is he has arranged all of his guitars into separate chapters. I'm not an expert on Kirk Hammett or the guitars he's played while performing with Metallica, so I can't really say for sure that every single guitar he's ever played is featured in this book. But one thing I did notice when I purchased this book is it has a Gibson logo on it and was published by Gibson Publishing. My initial thought was that meant all the guitars featured in the book were going to be nothing but Gibson guitars, but as you can see, that's not the case. There are ESP guitars, Jackson guitars, Stratocasters, and there's also a number of acoustic guitars that Kirk plays as well. But the photography is a mixture of studio shots, close-up shots, photos with Kurt and his guitars indoors and outdoors. And there's also a substantial number of in-concert photos featuring Metallica from the very earliest days up until the present. Now, some of you might remember that a couple of years ago, I had the opportunity to build a guitar for Metallica, and that was the Flying M guitar. I built the guitar and then shipped it off to California, and all the members of the band autographed the guitar. And from there, the guitar was auctioned off to raise money for the All Within My Hands Foundation charity. And that was, for me, an opportunity to experience almost what I would call the pinnacle of my guitar building experience. Metallica was a band that pretty much recorded the soundtrack of my life from my very late teens into my 20s. And still to this day, I still enjoy listening to Metallica. And that guitar was an experience that I'll never forget. It was a great opportunity and a chance to leave my mark in the world of Metallica. So that's one of the reasons why I definitely had to purchase these two books, because it's all about the guitar. And when it comes to designing and building guitars, I'm always looking for inspiration. And yeah, the internet is a great source of inspiration. You can find so many different creative ideas and designs. But actually holding a book in your hand and looking at images of actual guitars that people actually played, made music on, is, I think, even more inspiring. And that's the reason why I collect so many books on building guitars, collecting guitars, and just the design of guitars in general. So obviously, I highly recommend this book. Yes, it's expensive. However, if you're a real fan, it's money well spent. It's an excellent quality, outstanding book, and definitely one that you would be very thrilled to have in your collection of guitar books. But there is one other thing I wanted to mention, and I thought that this was kind of interesting. As I mentioned earlier, I also have James Hetfield's book, Messengers. Now, if you compare the two books together, it's pretty clear that James's book is a lot smaller than Kirk's book. Now, I don't want to start some kind of battle royale between the members of Metallica, but if we did, that would be of great benefit to us, the consumers. Because next would be Robert Trujillo's book on bass guitars, which might come out to be even bigger. And then I think the ultimate would be Lars Ulrich would come out with a book on all the drums that he's played over the years, and that one would be even bigger. So we would end up with these giant books from Metallica, all the members of Metallica. And, you know, like I said, we, the consumer, would benefit by having all these books. The only problem with that is going to be where to put them. This book, I don't have a shelf that this book is going to fit on. It's going to have to reside forever on my coffee table. And of course, that means if you're going to buy this book and display it on your coffee table, you better have a pretty big coffee table. This book weighs 7 pounds. So, yeah. But like I said, it's a great book. It's a lot of fun to look through. And it's not the sort of book that you can really look through in one sitting. It's something you're going to savor and you're going to look through a little bit at a time over a long period of time. And then once you're finished, you'll go back and start all over again. So if you're a fan, pick it up. You won't regret it. At any rate, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If so, please give it a thumbs up. That always helps the channel. And of course, you can do all the other things I mentioned earlier. You can visit my eGuitar Plans web store, my Highline Guitars merch store. There's links in the description below. You can click the thanks button. You can click the join button. All those great things to help support the channel so I can keep making videos and sharing my knowledge and experience about building guitars with you. But in the meantime, as always, take care, stay safe, and I hope you'll be back for more guitar building videos.